Hi, Robin here, going to look at database normalization, and I've got a few challenges for you here to see if you can do them. So let's have a look first of all at just an example. So we've got unnormalized data here. The reason this is unnormalized is there's a few problems with it. For example, you can see here we've got two data items within the same field, and again here we've got two different data types in a field. That doesn't meet the rules of first normal form, and therefore we'd need to do something about that. So, as I've just mentioned, the rules of first normal form are that we only need one data item, and we also need one data type in a field, and therefore we would change that data where the problems are to look like this. And you can see we've now fixed that problem, though that data's been split, so we had to create a second field, and now again this data is split here and here. You can see there and there, and again, that is split, so it's split across two records instead. What we need to now do is consider partial dependency. So when we're talking about partial dependency, we're talking about this concept of a composite key. In other words, we're looking at the table and we're trying to find, are there two main parts to it? In this particular example, we've got a transaction ID and a product code. In other words, we've got transaction information and we've got product information. In other words, we've got two separate parts coming together. And when I talk about a composite key, we're talking about that they both have identifying codes that can reference it. So the product code can be used to identify a product, and the transaction ID can be used to identify the transaction, and those together form that composite key. Okay, so if we look at the data, you can see that here we've got data that's all related to the product, and then here we've got data that's all related to the transaction itself. So in other words, we can split this into two halves, as we have done here. What's interesting about this is that it would be easy to have considered and thought that the supplier information here would be another third entity, which it really is, and therefore perhaps should have been split for second normal form. Well, actually, for second normal form, because we only need to meet the rules of partial dependency, because the supplier data is consistent within the product, so you can see that ABC Supplies are the only supplier of chairs, and again that's true for each of the different products. We therefore don't need to worry about it at this stage. It's not it's only still a partial dependency, and therefore we retain it in. We've now got an additional table so that we can allow the relationship to carry out. So in other words, we've got a relationship here and we've got a relationship here. So this third table is also now joining the whole database together, or the structure of the tables together. What we then need to do is sort of think about, so I've already mentioned about how the supplier aren't partial dependencies and therefore don't sort of fall foul of the rule, and again it therefore stays in second normal form because they just don't violate the rule of that. If we were to want to remove them, we would need to move that then into third normal form, which is where we consider a transitive dependency. And the reason it's transitive is because we've got data such as the supplier contact, which is linked to the supplier name, which is caused by the product code. And because we're bouncing across data, that causes it to be transitive, and therefore would be something we'd need to remove in third normal form. So if we go back to our second normal form, as I've mentioned, this data here is coming via this data before it's chosen. And as you can see that this data is here, is going to be coming via this transaction ID. So it's actually going via another route, and we don't want that. So we want to fix that problem. And now you can see that we've got our own supplier ID table. The supplier ID is within the relationship here. You can see they're connected there. We've got transaction ID still connected, and we've got product code is still connected. So it's a fully relational database, but that we've removed that problem. I've got some challenges for you. So the idea of this is that I'll show you the unnormalized version. You're asked to put it into whichever normal form is requested for that particular challenge. And all I would suggest you do is pause it on the actual unnormalized data, and then you can have a go yourself, and then you can compare it with the answer that I'll show you straight afterwards. Okay, let's get started then. So pause the video now. And here is our answer, first normal form. Let's look at another question. Pause the video now. And again, here's our answer. Pause the video now. Our first normal form, our second normal form, and then our third normal form. Pause the video now. First normal form, second normal form, and then third normal form. Pause the video now. Straight into third normal form. Pause the video now. First normal form, second normal form, third normal form. Okay, well, thank you for watching. I really hope you found that useful. Obviously, the more you practice this, the better you'll get. Help me to help others, and please do like and subscribe to this video. And I hope you've learned something from it. And if you're not really sure about anything, please do ask in the comments below, and I can get back to you and hopefully help you out, help you understand better. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Bye.